Welcome, Sim Aviators. This is your pilot, Quentin J. Parker. And we are down in Mexico at Atizapán de Zaragoza Airport. Mike, Juliet, Charlie. This is a custom airport from Captain Iceman, and clearly it's a labor of love. Pleasing to the eye, easy on the frames. It comes complete, doesn't need any external libraries or files. It even comes with an ortho tile. It's a single runway general aviation airport that sits on a plateau that rises 8,000 feet MSL. You want hangar space? We got hangar space. Check out my boy right here, profiling. I see you, player. I mentioned it was developed by Captain Iceman, who's known for aircraft as opposed to scenery. To that end, I give you the Piper Seneca 2 PA-34-200T, part of the Captain Iceman series. I don't really have an excuse for myself. I slept on this plane, but I got it now. Let's take it for a spin. Let's remove the pitot cover, the chocks, and the engine plugs. Allows plenty of access for passengers and luggage. And remember, people, when you're closing this up, the handle needs to be in line with the wind, otherwise that door is coming open. We tap the top of the engine cowl to access the oil reservoir. The virtual dipstick appears and gives us an indication of our oil levels per engine. Towards the front of the dipstick, the colors are black for empty, red for extremely low, green for full, and the white band indicates the current level. You want it more towards the top than you do towards the bottom. Tapping the oil bottle fills it to full, and tapping the access cover closes it up. And we can do the same for the right engine. This part of the pre-flight is relevant to my real-world experience, as I never left the ground without chambers full of fresh oil and 2 quarts for the trip back. All right, superstar, I see you. With your Lululemons on. Go ahead, girl. Pre-flight's complete. I deem the aircraft airworthy. Closed up. And this is different. I don't think I've flown a Piper Twin on the channel yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It's a classic Piper layout. PA-34 looks just like the P-28. Down here on the center console, we have our fuel selectors, which can be set to on, where they're feeding individually, or cross-feed. I'm going to switch it back to on. Towards the front, we have our yaw and pitch trim. I'm going to pitch nose down just a little bit because once this puppy starts flying, it wants to go ballistic. This is not a pressurized cabin, so we're going to need supplementary oxygen when the air gets thin. Part of the pre-flight will also include checking the quantity on the supplementary oxygen. Okay, only 3 of the fuses work, and they are for disabling the anti-ice functions of the plane. There are these 3 fuses on the second row right here. The 15 windshield heater, and both the 15 and 20 wing and prop de-icer. And like I said, none of the other fuses work. This is the heat plate. Disabled, enabled. We come over to the 20 fuse, prop blade enabled, disabled. And over here, we have the wing de-icer. Over to the 15, enabled, disabled, enabled. I think we're ready to start the engine. Master on. Alternators on. Fan anti-collision light. I'm going to turn on the nav light. Both the right and left engine have a left and right magneto. This is my primer button and my ignition button. Right primer, right ignition. I'm going to advance mixture to full, both engines. Going to do half travel on the throttle, and it says just forward for the props, so I'm just going to take it all the way. I'm going to come over, give it a squirt of prime. And it's not catching. Oh no! Could I have flooded my engine? Well, according to this, I have. But that's a quick and easy fix. We're going to burn off the excess fuel by taking the mixture all the way out, advancing the throttle all the way forward, and then coming over. Boom! There we go. And you see it says cold. It's no longer flooded, and we can hit the starter again. It would help to add mixture back this time. And it turns right over. Nice. Right engine is up. So we're going to do the same for the left engine. And it turns right over. So we are good to go. But I want to show you a little something. Take the mixture all the way out of the left engine to stop it. We're going to go outside, and in the forward compartment is where we store the auxiliary power unit, in case you want to start your plane that way. Tag it to put it away. Close the compartment. But this can only be done while the left prop is not spinning. And if you start your left engine before putting away the power unit, this happens. And you have to stop the engine anyway to close the pan. I have the GTN XI 750 loaded, but we're granted the navigation options of going with the GNS 430 or no GPS at all. If you have RealSim Gear G5, which I do not, you would enable it here. This is what it looks like when you don't have it. And lastly, we can switch up between metric and imperial measurements. Alright, let's put that away. Come come over to avionics. They're already on. That was dumb. I'm going to set our weather radar to standby. Make sure you see the little STBY there. And configure the TBS GTN 750XI to take us to our destination. Where are we going, you ask? Glad you asked.
TAWS, system test OK.
We're flying to General Francisco Mujica International Airport in Álvaro, Obregón. MMMM. The 4 mics. It's a quick hop, just 100 miles away. And in this bird, we should be able to eat that up no problem. X-Plane 12 is not recognizing Atizapán Airport by location or code, so I'm going to use the weather of the nearest airport. It's only 16 miles away. I don't know why we're not getting any audio, but the TDS GTN will give me the option to gather weather from multiple sources and present it in text format, so I'm not stuck trying to figure out audio. Or I could just check the windsock and see what it's doing. You know, old school. I think we're about ready to go. Oh, it does have noise canceling headphones, but I am going to let the sound of this bird play. Left brake, okay. Right brake, okay. Leaving the bat cave. There's our X-Plane 11 trees. I'm going to ignore them. This airport has no taxiways, so I'm going to taxi along the very edge of the runway to avoid getting hit by any landing traffic. Because, you know, traffic. Check out this bat turn. Nice. Alright. Like I said, we're at an elevation of 8,000 feet, so our runway is just over 4,800 feet. I'm still going to consider this a high altitude takeoff. Lined up. Power. We're getting max power. Brakes off. And we're up.
Ahead. Pull up.
It's giving me a collision warning. There There's
Terrain ahead.
nothing in front of
Pull
me.
up. Terrain ahead.
But,
Pull up.
okay, whatevs. Let's depart the area and get on course for General Mujica. Engage autopilot and GPS direct. We are now airborne. We can turn the weather radar on. I swear the heating plate looks like a broken heads-up display. I'm thinking about going up to 12,500. Here's 12,000. 29.3. This puppy likes to climb. It really does. On course, and when we hit 12,500, I'm gonna engage altitude hold. There we go. Okay. You don't want to abuse the manifold pressure. You'll destroy your engines. Don't ask me how I know. I'm going to take the manifold down to just under 30. Okay, what's that? And I'm going to lean the mixture while I'm watching the EGTs for each engine. I think I'm getting about 9 gallons per hour. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that should be doing it. And we are good to go. We're on course. Ooh, here's a little Easter egg.
Nothing as refreshing as Iceman cool mint full of caffeine for a long flight. Very relaxing. And now, let's hear some good music. Yeah.
Okay, tag that little drink can back there, and what you're rewarded with is a cover of Behind Blue Eyes by the man himself, Captain Iceman, which I'm going to play at a reduced volume and talk over to avoid the channel getting a copyright strike. Yeah, being that it's a cover. So now that we're sorted in that cruise, hi everybody! I am back. It's been forever since my last post, but it's not like I wasn't trying. I couldn't even fly the sim. I'm not sure which beta it was, but I upgraded to one of the betas, one of the experimental betas. It nuked X-Plane, couldn't fly it, wouldn't start. Yeah, once it became clear that the situation was irreparable, I did a second install of X-Plane, which is what I'm running around. Had to build that puppy up from scratch. Then once I got that sorted, the software that I've been using to do my video screen captures, that took a dump. Specifically, what it was doing was it would capture the maybe first 5 or 6 frames of video, and it would freeze that, but it's still recording because you can see where my mouse is moving. You can hear different noises of, what's going on, in sequence, but the video is frozen on those initial frames. And the pissy part is, you don't find out until you've been in the air 2-3 hours, you know, and open up this video file, and it's worthless, completely unusable. But wait, it gets pissier. It didn't do it all the time, but there was no way to determine when it would happen. Sometimes I could get a good screen capture of what I was doing for however long, but you know, I was just dorking around. Other times, glitched out on me when I really was focused on doing a good video. So between all of that, I've been out of the loop. What I probably should have done was just booted up DCS or Flight Sim. That didn't occur to me. I think I got the situation sorted. I mean, we'll see going forwards, but for now, we do have this flight. And I really wanted this flight to work because of the 3 new components that are featured in here. The airport, you know, like Mike Juliet Charlie, this plane, the Seneca 2, and I'm running the TVS Garmin GTN 750 XI. Okay, don't panic. It's not you. It's me. During the song, I took us up to flight level 14.5, and I think I'm getting a little hypoxic. My fingertips are blue, and I'm graying out. So, hey, remember what I said about employing supplementary oxygen? Yeah, it's that time. Wow. You can see how fast my vision's clearing up. It's almost back to normal. And somehow or another, in my hypoxic haze, I think I slapped the yaw trim. Because we're listing, and I didn't notice. So let's get wings level. I don't know if you can hear it, but the entire time I'm wearing this oxygen device, you can hear heavy respiration. Now, in regards to the Seneca 2, I've amassed quite a few hours in this bird, and the word that keeps coming back to me is fun. This is a fun plane to fly. It slips through the air. I look out the window and, you know, I see Hershey bar wings, and that's so familiar from my flight training days in the Piper Cherokee 140. But the wing line is interrupted by this, you know, aggressive forward protruding engine housing. Seriously, look at it. Doesn't it come look like a shark? And again, the cockpit is very Piper, you know, so it's very familiar to me. I like it. I like it a lot. Like all turbo planes, you cannot mistreat the engines or you're going to be reaching for the fire extinguisher. Yeah, I'm on board. I dig it. Alright, so I'm going to disable the altitude hold. Put us in a controlled descent as we approach our destination. Says we're about 17. I Oh yeah. That's it. Get the ATIS. Okay. I'm going to turn right 320. Establish myself on left base for runway 23. Mujica. Gear down. Alright, we are on final. Everything looks good. Okay, the heating plate pisses me off because my brain wants to tell me that it's centered, and if it's centered, then if I center things up in it, then I'll be lined up, but it's not centered, and I keep wanting to center things in it, and it still looks like a broken hood, like I'm coming back from a mission all shot up. Easy, easy. The Eagle has landed. The Beagle has landed. Got a nice long runway. I don't need to jam on the brakes. Let's check out that landing. As for the GTN, I need a little bit more time with it. It's not terribly dissimilar from the Reality XP. I do like that it gives satellite weather in text format. I'll figure out more of the differences as I go along. We are clear of the runway. And we have a fair bit to taxi to get to general aviation parking, so let's just take a real quick peek at Francisco Mujica Airport. I didn't install any Mujica scenery, so this is default. This is a really good looking airport, and it's default. So, nice. Good. Idle cutoff, both engines. Apply the brakes. Oh yeah, that's very good. I'm in my safe space. Okay. So this puppy has persistent state, so I want to be very, very intentional about shutting off everything. Otherwise, it'll drain the battery, and that's a nightmare to recharge. We should be good to go. Alright. Chocks, engine plugs, pitot cover. If I had any passengers, this is where they'd be getting out. Offloading. Disembarking. Alright, that's it. It was good to be back in the air. It's even better to have a video record of it that I can work with in post. So, yay. And I know it's late, but I'm going to say it anyway. Happy New Year. Happy 2026. I really like the Seneca 2. I had more fun with it than I was expecting, and I'm thinking it's probably going to have a high reflyability quotient. So, yeah. And like I said before, I realized apparently I've got X-plane tunnel vision because, again, it never occurred to me to fire up any of the other sims that I have on my hard drive. So, what do you guys think? Do you want to see more flight sim? Do you want to see more DCS? Let me know. And if you got the Seneca 2, play the cover in its entirety with my voiceover. Special thanks to Captain Iceman for giving me permission to play a song, even though I talked over it. Playing a snippet of it just didn't seem right. So, with that, I'm out of here. This has been your pilot, Quentin J. Parker, and I will catch up with y'all at this rate eventually. I'm out. Bye.